Today we're here to go over 8121 aerial operations. We're going to touch on setup procedures, ground pick, roof operations, rescue operations, water tower operations, and restoring the aerial. This is designed to help bridge the gap between our every other year aerial certification. 8121 aerial setup procedures. First we'll be locking the front axle brake. We'll activate aerial master and aerial PTO. That is the only required actions in the cab. Next we'll be transitioning outside. First, I'll start with my wheel chocks. Low side tight, high side loose within 2 inches. Moving to the other side. On my walk around, I'm checking for stable ground first of all, no overhead obstructions. As you can see, I spotted on the corner of the building. Best access to the building, also stability of the building for collapse. Back roll up, we're going to start our setup procedures. First off, we're going to check the indicator alarm test. Everything lights up. Switching to stabilizers and high idle. Looking to the low side. Everything is clear. Switching to the other side. Clear. Once everything is out, I'm going to set my stabilizer pads. You'll notice I'm putting the handles in and up. On my walk around, when I'm setting my pads, I'm looking again for good stable ground. And as I'm doing my walk around, I'm checking again overhead, make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm going to start on the low side. You'll notice I'm going to touch each pad first and then raise to 2 degrees above center. Front one down and just touch. Back one down till it just touches. Then I'm going to go to 2 degrees above center. Each line on here shows 2 degrees. Go into the high side. Again, touch. Touch and raise until I'm on 0. I can drop to an idle and switch to aerial and go back to high idle, and now I'm going to pin the pins. Pins go in perpendicular, even distance, protruding out on each side. If it won't fit, you have to drop to the next open slot. Now the ladder's ready to raise. Gonna lower both steps. We're gonna shut that door up before we continue on to make sure everything's clean. Ensure the safety chain is back in place. Open the cover. Again, a good vantage point to again visualize for no obstructions. When I get to the pedestal, I'm going to check the indicator alarm test. Everything is good to go. This point, Ariel's ready to raise. I'm going to raise it out of the bed, clear the cradle, and rotate around to do any sort of ground operations, loading the basket or rescue operation. Pull the mushroom up to start, confirming my hydraulic pressure is in the 450 psi range. Once I'm clear of the cradle and any obstructions, I'm free to rotate. Two functions simultaneously is acceptable. We want to raise and rotate before we extend. We have maximum stability, less flex and wear and tear on the ladder if we do our actions when the ladder is still retracted. When you're parallel to the ground, it will reduce to 50% speed. You'll notice a slight jarring. You'll notice my last action is extending. I don't want to get any closer than 2 feet to the ground to prevent accidental damage. Once I'm in place, I'm going to push the mushroom down to lock it out to ensure safety of anybody operating in around the bucket.